creepers, where'd you get those creepers? Creepers, creepers, where'd you get those eyes? Cause y'all get up, how'd they get so lit up? Cause y'all get up, how'd they get that size? Creepers, creepers, where'd you get those creepers? Creepers.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Bakes back again with another episode of my Shelf by Shelf series. Today we're up to shelf number 4. If you've been watching this series so far, you guys would know that these videos normally take a little while, so without any more delay, let's just get straight into shelf number 4. So starting off this shelf, we have a film called Day of the Triffids, killer plant movie. It's an old movie as well, I think from the 50s, I'm guessing. No, 62. Either way, just not really my thing, but you know, each to their own. This is a movie I really do enjoy though, Dead and Buried. I just find this one to be still so underrated. I mean, it's growing in popularity and sort of becoming more of a cult favourite, but yeah, I just love the small town setting and down by the coast, and yeah, this one's just really enjoyable, lots of fun. I think it's time for a rewatch as well. The Dead Don't Die. Stacked cast obviously, but I find this to be a little bit boring honestly and a little bit cringy, but yeah, I thought the start was okay, but as it went, Dead Set, a reality show that takes place during a zombie apocalypse. Had its moments, but again, not really my thing. Dead Silence, I actually really enjoy this movie. James Wan from early in his career, one of his least spoken about movies, but yeah, I really enjoy this one. I know it has its moments of cheese and camp and whatever, but overall entertaining, so yeah, I like Dead Silence. Dead Snow, not a big fan of this one. I haven't seen the sequel, so maybe worth a watch, but I just feel like a lot of the humour and jokes and all that were lost in translation in this movie, as it's foreign, but whatever. Deep Blue Sea. I know a lot of people also really like this one as well, one of the better killer shark movies of modern time. I kind of think it's okay, but it's never been a go-to of the killer shark genre for me, but it has been a little while also. Deliver Us From Evil. I thought this one was alright actually. Deliverance. Not a straight up horror movie, more of a thriller slash drama, kind of adventure as well, but I'm sure a lot of people know what scene I'm talking about when I say this movie could be in the horror, because yeah, that scene is fucked up, and yeah, it'll stick with a lot of people. Definitely stuck with me. The Dentist. By all means not a great movie, but I know a lot of people seem to enjoy this one. I am not one of those people though. I'm a little bit let down by this movie. I want to enjoy the fun and the camp as much as other people, but this movie just doesn't do it for me. And The Dentist 2, by all means, still not a great movie, but I definitely feel like this one is much better. I just find it to be more fun. I've got the bad cover. I mean, I don't hate this cover, I just like the one with the white face and her teeth are razor blades, but either way, I think this movie is better than the first. Still not great, but... Speaking of great movies though, The Descent. I mean, what a great movie. So claustrophobic, so creepy, well acted. Yeah, I really loved The Descent. Detention. Been a long time since I've seen this movie, but I remember it being crazy and honestly not quite my thing. Detention of the Dead. There was something really wrong with the audio when I was watching this movie, but otherwise it's okay. I think it also goes by School of the Living Dead or something like that, I don't know. Devil, another super underrated movie. Takes place in an elevator, and there's like 5 or 6 people in there, and someone is possessed, and it's sort of a numbers game. Someone gets taken out and they have to quickly figure out who is the one you know, who is possessed by the devil. It's actually really entertaining. The Devil Inside, not a great movie. I'm going to push that right back in. The Devil Rides Out with Christopher Lee. Bit of a throwback to a classic Hammer film here. I think it's okay. The Devil's Candy. I really enjoy this one, just purely from the fact it's heavy metal, a genre of music I really enjoy, and horror, obviously my favourite film genre. So yeah, this one's enjoyable. Brutal movie as well, but yeah, entertaining for sure. The Devil's Rejects. Out of the Devil's Rejects trilogy, or whatever the trilogy's called here, I haven't seen the Three from Hell, but I actually like House of a Thousand Corpses more than this one, which I know a lot of people would say that this one's the go-to, but I kind of think this movie's just okay. I really like the middle part of it, but I don't know. Yeah. Dr. Sleep. I was really impressed by this one. Put it off for a long time. I don't know why, but really come around on me. I really liked this movie. And yeah, I've only seen it kind of recently as well, so yeah, still got room to grow on me as well. Dog Soldiers. Super cool werewolf movie. Super enjoyable. It's like these people get locked inside this house, and when I say people, they're soldiers, and I think they're doing like a training camp or whatever, and all these werewolves are trying to get inside. Super enjoyable. Lots of fun. Speaking of lots of fun, Dolls. Yeah, Dolls is so creepy, so much fun. Yes, it's a little bit cheesy, but I mean, who doesn't love Dolls? Here's a movie that I know hasn't won everyone over, but Dolly Dearest. Man, have I got a sweet spot in my heart for this movie. I know it's not a good movie, I understand that, but so rewatchable, so funny. Not deliberately, but Dolly Dearest, I have a soft spot for it for sure. The Domestics. I don't remember this one very well, so I'm going to make that one short, sharp. Donnie Darko. Again, more of a thriller, but yeah, interesting watch. Don't Breathe. Pretty enjoyable movie. I've seen it actually a fair few times. I do enjoy Don't Breathe. Don't Breathe 2. I know this one got a lot of hate. I actually quite enjoy this one. It's entertaining. I understand that the story is quite weak, and you know, it's not nearly as good as the first one, but I do find this one to be more entertaining than a lot of other people found it to be. Don't Knock Twice. I put this movie off again for a very long time. I just thought the cover looked a little bit cheap and looked a little bit cringy, but no, I was actually surprised by this one. Not too bad. Wes Craven presents Don't Look Down. This guy who's picking off people with the fear of heights. Interesting watch. Doppelganger with Drew Barrymore. This one's actually not too bad either for such a low budget movie, and you know, it's nothing incredible, but it's actually not too bad either. Dr. Chopper. Now this is a really bad movie. I remember when I used to go to my old DVD rental place, and I would always see the cover of this one. It would freak me out, but you know, as you get older and watch the movie, you realise that it's not very good at all, and all that curiosity that you had in the first place wasn't really warranted. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Dracula 2000. None of those two Dracula films are either my thing. Like, I don't really care for them too much, if I'm being honest. Dracula, Prince of Darkness with Christopher Lee. I actually enjoy this one a fair bit. Probably my favourite out of the 3 Draculas lined up there. Drag Me to Hell. A fun yet twisted movie. I remember the opening really scared me the first time I saw this movie, but it's Sam Raimi, so obviously it's going to have like this dark humour to it, but yeah, really enjoyable movie. I do enjoy Drag Me to Hell. Dread. One that had its moments. I was a little bit let down by this one because I heard a lot of people say how underrated this movie was. Yeah, and I feel like it just didn't quite hit the mark, but had its moments, as I said. Dreamcatcher. Stephen King adaptation. Nothing incredible. Driller Killer. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like this movie as much as most people do. Obviously it's a bit more of a cult classic, and yeah, it's obscure in taste, but I'm not a big fan of this movie. Drive-In Delirium, just a compilation of horror movie / exploitation trailers. Good to have on in the background and whatever of parties and whatnot. Steven Spielberg's Jewel. Yeah, not bad. Moving on. Dying Breed. I thought for the longest time this was a creature feature, but turns out to be like a backwoods incest hillbilly sort of movie. It's not bad. There's definitely ones a lot better. Eat. I'm not a big fan of this movie. However, there were parts in this movie that did make me squirm. There's this one scene where she's picking out her fingers, like biting them, and it was just grossing me out. I didn't enjoy that part. The movie's not amazing, but yeah. Ed Gein. Not a big fan of this movie. A bit of like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre ripoff, obviously, if you can't tell. Eight-Legged Freaks. This is one I used to watch a lot as a kid. Watch it less now that I'm older, but still not bad. It's at least entertaining. The Elephant Man. I've quickly become such a fan of this movie. I only watched it for the first time recently, but super enjoyable movie. I really enjoyed The Elephant Man. The Empty Man. A modern movie that's become a quick cult classic. Just for me, this movie's too long, especially for such a unique and interesting plot. And that sounds weird when I say interesting plot, but you know, you need to pick up on a lot of things in this movie, and it doesn't play at a very fast pace. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it sort of missed the mark for me, but you know, as I said earlier, each to their own. End of the Line. I don't remember this one too well, but I know a lot of people really like it. I know it didn't hit on the same level for me, but whatever. Escape Room. Surprised me. I know it surprised a lot of people with how enjoyable this movie was. Lots of fun. Escape Room 2. This one's still wrapped, but I saw it in cinemas. Probably not as good as the first one, but I know a lot of people sort of shit on this one. For what it is, I find it to be pretty fun again. Escape the Field. Sort of like Escape Room, but except in a field, and these people wake up and they don't know how they got there, and yeah, no, it's not bad. Even Lambs Have Teeth. Decent revenge film. There's definitely ones better, but not the worst thing ever. Event Horizon. Sorry, it's so dark over here in this corner. I'm trying to make sure light gets on the covers, but Event Horizon. Yeah, a bit like Hellraiser in space. Yeah, this one's okay. I'm not as big of a fan on it as most people, but yeah. A lot of people are going to come for me at this, but Evil Dead 1 and 2, not the biggest fan of either of them. I probably like Evil Dead 2 a little bit more. Or do I? I don't know. Now I'm not too sure, but either of them, I'm not the biggest fan of both. I know. I actually probably prefer the remake. Just a lot more grounded and gritty and brutal, and yeah, I just really like the remake. Excision. Again, one that I felt a little bit let down by. I remember seeing this on so many lists, like super brutal and disturbing movies, and a lot of people had it very highly ranked. First of all, I don't think it's really that brutal or disturbing. Sure, there's things that are going to make you feel a little bit sick and make your stomach turn, and it's not a very conventional plot, but yeah, I was a little bit let down by this one. Just didn't hit the mark I wanted it to. The Exorcism of Emily Rose. A lot of people are very split on this one. I think it's pretty decent, honestly. The Exorcist, classic film. I'm not going to dwell on this one for too long because, yeah, everyone likes The Exorcist. Exorcist, the beginning. I don't remember this one very well, so I'm going to just shove that back in. The original Japanese version of The Eye. Yeah, not bad. The American version of The Eye with Jessica Alba. I'm just going to say the same thing again, not too bad. Alright, up to the last little bit. Again, this level isn't too high, but my arms, and you hear that after every Shelf by Shelf episodes. Me complaining about my arms. The Faculty. Fun, alien, invasion of the body snatchers type story from the 90s. Yeah, cool movie. Oh, a lot of these have fallen over, so I'm going to try and salvage what I can. Fall, a movie I missed in cinemas, and I was kind of bummed to miss this one in cinemas, purely because I thought this would have been such a cool one to see on the big screen, but I watched it on DVD, obviously, and yeah, the heights and everything still made me feel a little bit dizzy, you know, upset my stomach. Cool movie. It's very similar to 47 Meters Down, except in reverse. Even one of the twists play out very similar. The Fanatic with John Travolta. By all means, this movie isn't great, but it's somewhat enjoyable, or likable at least. However, this movie is not Fantasy Island. I think this movie is a fucking snooze fest. I really don't enjoy Fantasy Island. Mark Wahlberg and Reese Witherspoon in Fear. Yeah, I enjoy this movie. It's been a while since I've seen it, but enjoyable. Fear.com. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember this one too well either, but yeah, I remember it being really interesting, quite unique. Fear Inc. One of those storylines that I feel like we're starting to see more and more, where people get taken in by this organisation and they're not sure if what they're going through is real or fake, but yeah, I remember this one being not too bad. Fear Farm. One that I was interested in for the longest time and finally had a chance to check out. Didn't live up to what I was hoping it would be, but not bad either. It's watchable for sure. There's a second one, and it hasn't turned me off wanting to check out the second one, so at least that's pretty good. Feast. I know a lot of people like this movie, but again, not really for me. And lucky last of shelf number 4, here we have a film called February, probably better known as The Black Coat's Daughter. This one I don't remember very well, however, I do remember enjoying it. Maybe again time for a rewatch, but yeah, I remember this one just having a really cool atmosphere, and our two leads in this movie do a really good job, so yeah, maybe a time for a rewatch for The Black Coat's Daughter, or February as it's known here in Australia. Alright, there we go guys, the end of shelf number 4. Oh, I always feel like I'm losing my voice by the end of these shelves, and sorry I'm always complaining about my shoulders. As I said, these top 2 shelves aren't that high off the ground. It's just the fact of I'm filming these once I'm back home from work and my shoulders are fucked and I'm tired, but as I said, I'm enjoying doing these videos and hopefully you guys are enjoying watching them. Show all the support you can, you know, liking and subscribing. I even like when you guys comment, you know, comment whatever you want, and I try to get back to everything, but thank you for watching this video again guys, and I'll see you soon for shelf number 5. Thanks.